back in Mexico City. The last 2 months in Germany were so cold and rainy and dark, and now we're here in Mexico, and I can wear a t-shirt, and theoretically I don't need the jacket.
But he's used to it.
I'm using it because it doesn't fit in my backpack.
We decided to come back to the Bosque de Chapultepec. The last time that we recorded a video here was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while since we were here. Last time we went to the Castillo here in this park.
It was awesome. I've been wanting to go back ever since. Maybe we should go. But we already showed it.
That's why we thought today, bye Joss, we're gonna try something that we've never tried before in Mexico. Joss hasn't tried it before and she's Mexican. And that is
Torta de chilaquil.
torta with chilaquiles. It sounds super weird to me. It's like a bread, like a Brötchen in Germany, with tortilla chips inside and salsa.
Yeah. And they also sometimes put schnitzel inside too. There's also torta de tamal. We have to figure out what's better.
I like chilaquiles, so I'm gonna go for the torta with chilaquiles.
Okay, so here there are some cool sculptures and it says Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacuapan. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, tell me.
Built from the people for the people.
No, before the European came to Mexico, there used to be different towns. And those three formed an alliance back then.
Okay.
And they controlled a huge amount of territory in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
And it was called the Triple Alianza,
Look at that.
in case anybody cares.
I like this part of the park.
It's super silent.
It's almost a heart.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
So romantic. Cheers.
Oh, kind of far away. You know, before coming here, I was on TikTok and I watched a bunch of videos about the Bosque de Chapultepec. Some people say there are a bunch of scammers. I think they're on the other side of the bosque. And I think...
Allegedly. Everything we say is allegedly.
Yeah, none of these things have ever happened to us. Maybe they happen today, we'll see. But there's some people that are trying to scam you guys.
What?
So I'm gonna tell you a couple of ways they do it.
Yes. Number 1.
At the entrance, sometimes there's a woman with a megaphone saying, "Backpacks and purses are not allowed, you have to leave them with me." So everybody thinks she's legit because she's right at the entrance, but she's not legit because in reality, you're allowed to bring your backpack and your purse inside. You're just not allowed to bring food.
Yes. Number 2.
So there's apparently a bunch of photographers in front of the park and they offer to take your photo for 10 pesos. Then you agree and somehow they find a way to charge you way more than that. They put a cheap paper frame around your photo and suddenly the paper frame was like 200 pesos or something.
If not 1,000 pesos.
It's not 1,000. Or they say, "Oh, I edited your photo a little bit."
Where?
They find
When?
yeah, like they find ways to get
charge
more money.
extra.
They never accept 10 pesos only for that photo. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, that hasn't happened to us.
When Joss told me about those scammers, alleged scammers, I was like, I would just walk away. I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna pay. Cheers.
I
And then
don't know.
Joss said that sometimes they're working with other scammers.
Yeah.
Like it's an entire gang.
Yeah.
So it could be that when you say, I'm not paying, they come at you and be very pushy and be like, hey, we ain't paying, bro. If you have ever experienced some of those scamming techniques here in this park, let us know in the comments down below.
And how much did you lose?
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many of them.
Are those hidden cameras?
Oh.
Dum, dum, dum.
We are going to Los Pinos. This is like the White House of Mexico, or used to be. We're gonna check out how the presidents lived.
We're gonna check how it. Look at this. The entire Parque de Chapultepec is super dry. And here, dum dum dum. So this is the entrance to the president's house.
See you there in a couple of years when my campaign starts.
Oh my god. Good luck.
I owe myself to my country.
Vote for Joss.
Yo soy del pueblo y para el pueblo.
Oh my god.
The interesting thing about this place is that this is not like an old president's house where they used to live a long, long time ago. The last president lived here, you know? And the current president could have lived here, but he didn't want to. So now we get to see how he could have been living and how the previous presidents
we're living. I've never seen a president's house,
Me neither.
especially not from the inside. So now, let's go inside.
House tour.
Oh my God. Is this where you're gonna sit in a couple of years from now?
Yeah, this is my office.
This is where I'm gonna sit as your secretary. So this is the bed with a huge. This would be my room.
No, mine.
Mine.
Ours.
Ours. We're done
Yes.
with the house.
We're so exhausted. Do you want to move here?
No, I think it's way too big. I don't want to walk 5 minutes in my own house to get from my bedroom to my living room.
Yeah, that's true. But the style is very nice. I really liked it. I would definitely live here, but I don't want to be president.
And you don't have to pay for the entrance, so you can just come here and check it out. In the entrance, there was a woman checking my backpack, and I opened it, and she could see my underwear. I was like, son mis calzones.
Yeah, and she laughed.
Yeah.
Could she actually see your underwear?
I just took this out, and then there.
Oh yeah, they're the underwear.
There's my underwear. So another woman saw my underwear. It's super late already,
Yes.
and the street food carts that sell tortas de chilaquiles
Are gone.
are already closed.
This is a new mistake.
Yeah, pretty dumb. So now we found a restaurant that's supposed to sell tortas de chilaquiles. Hopefully they're good.
If not, then we're sorry about it.
Yeah,
This is the best
but
we could do at this
We're
time.
trying our best. so.
Yes. In case you didn't know, this is how tortas de chilaquil look like. No, we were actually on our way to the place that we found on Google from Tortas de Chilaquil. We were walking there because we were not that far away. And then I started getting sketchy vibes from the streets where we were walking because we don't know anything about Mexico City. So I looked up online and it said, this is one of the zones where you're for sure getting mugged in Mexico City.
Yeah.
Like a super dangerous place, and we're just walking there with our backpacks and camera.
We turned around and ended up in Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, but we're not giving up. We're actually gonna try a torta de chilaquil, a Mexican torta de chilaquil, but in San Luis Potosí. I know, it's a bummer, but let's see, maybe it's good. Let's go to San Luis. Okay guys, the time has come. We have a torta de chilaquiles and a torta de tamal in front of us.
So I never thought that I would eat chilaquiles inside of a brötchen one day. It's like carbs, but it's not enough. We need more carbs. In this case, I have salsa roja, the red salsa, and there is milanesa de pollo. Schnitzel.
Do it fast because I'm already hungry.
It looks very good. I have to
You
say.
always take so long.
It looks very good. I guess I'm gonna try it now. I'm just keeping this a little bit going
Go
because Joss is
faster.
like very impatient.
Ah. It's good?
It's very good. It's delicious.
Really?
Mm.
Oh god, I want it too. What do you give it? 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite Mexican food now?
Maybe it is.
Oh, wow.
It works.
And look what we bought. None of us drink Coke anymore, but we bought it because you need to have it with Coke, you know? We're in Mexico.
I was shocked when Joss ordered a Coke. I was like,
Since when are you ordering a Coke?
yeah. Ay, ay, ay,
I'm annoyed now.
ay. Joss is hangry.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a torta with tamal. I'm not the biggest fan of tamales,
Right.
to be honest, but maybe I'm becoming a fan today.
It's a tamal rojo.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't like it?
no, I just bit myself. This is how it looks. Not my fave.
No?
No, it's just tamal. Tamal is not my thing.
Great. Okay guys, so my review is gonna be pretty fast because I'm super hungry. Mmm,
Do you like it?
it's so good.
I think she likes it.
It's better than I would have expected. Like you think you know what you're getting yourself into, but you don't.
Sadly, it's mine.
And
Oh my god, the addiction comes back. If you didn't know, Joss was addicted to Coke before.
Yeah, but I have been clean. I had been clean for a while. Tastes like Christmas. I prefer the chilaquiles too. This one could use more sauce, I feel, but it's delicious too. So chilaquiles for me is a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10.
Wow.
And torta de tamal is like 8.
For me, this is a 10 out of 10. This is a 6 out of 10.
Hater! Look who ordered a second torta.
I got my second torta. And now I ordered the full amount of cream and cheese. Man, you guys have no idea how full I am now. I probably overate.
Yeah, 2 tortas de chilaquil, dude. With schnitzel.
Yeah, it was delicious, but a little bit too much.
Yeah, and the Coke makes you very full too.
Yeah, great, because just ordered Coke.
Because it's a Mexican experience. I haven't had Coke in a long time. I only had like 3 sips and I already was like, whoa.
Yeah, you guys have some really interesting and weird food in Mexico. I don't know who came up with the idea of putting tortilla chips in a bread, but it works.
It works. I don't know how, but it works. So we may go back to Mexico City later this year. And if we do, then maybe we're gonna try all the other things.
Yeah, some look, to be honest, really disgusting.
But you never know.
Oh my god, it looks like 2,000 calories in one meal.
Yes.
3 years ago, we made a food tour in Coyoacán. If you want to see that video, click here and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week.
Adios, muchachos.
Cheers!
Cheers.